You know what I like to do?
Talk into a microphone?
Yeah, and also get in on the action with sports
Have a big
interaction.
head.
Yeah. Wear bare feet in the freezing cold.
Be a dad.
Friggin' wear V-necks that are actually
It's not a
crew-necks.
V-neck, okay?
Sorry.
Sports interaction. NHL, NBA, MLB, so much more. It's the friend I don't have, clearly. Crazy odds, best live and play. Download the app in Ontario. You can use the QR code at the bottom of the screen, or you can head to sportsinteraction.com/STPN to get started. 19 plus, please play responsibly and get better friends.
Yell at the computer. He does that too.
For the first time since 2000, the Flames will be hiring a brand new general manager and coach in the same offseason. We were supposed to get into previews, but we can't because Calgary just announced that Darryl Sutter is out as head coach.
Are we just doing a show?
No, we're not. We're doing previews, damn it. We're doing previews, but give me 5 minutes on this. So, listen, Brad Treliving said, I appreciate the contract extension offer, but I'm not coming back. There have been players that have leaked to local media that they will not be coming back if Sutter's back. They literally said that. It's like they told local media, if he is not fired, you will have to trade me because I won't show up at camp. That's how bad things were this year. The Flames played like a depleted team that just was
Joyless.
not joyless.
Joyless hockey.
So what happened here? Because this guy won Jack Adams a year ago, and his 2-year extension kicks in next year.
Oh, no.
Like this coming season, October.
Oh. I mean, it's a guy who, like, listen, if you have a brand and it works, great. Mm-hmm. We know Darryl Sutter's brand works. He's been to at least 3 Stanley Cup finals. 03 with the Flames, or was it 04? 04 with the Flames.
Yep.
I always screw that up.
Kings.
Jerome McGinley was on the 03 cover of NHL. He got the 2 cups with the Kings. He had won the division last year with the Calgary Flames. The Flames go through a whole bunch of change, but they still have horses. Like, there was no good reason for the Calgary Flames to miss the playoffs.
Well, they have one more point than the Florida Panthers did, and the Panthers are in the second round.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine how frustrating that is? And everybody wants to keep the divisional formats the way they are.
You know what?
They're different conferences.
I feel like it should just be the top 16 teams, but that's another rant.
I can't help but feel like the Panthers moving on yesterday and this happening less than 12 hours later are somewhat associated.
It's pain.
You look at it and you say, hey, if we got in, we had a shot.
Sure, you always do.
I think we should applaud the upper management in Calgary for doing this. Like, this was the right move, and for them to pull this off, like, it's kind of a shocker because we thought, like, hey, the contract, like, you got a couple more years on it. He looks like he's your guy, but nobody really likes him. And the fact that they did it, I think, is just kudos to them. This is the right move. You got to clean house in a situation where you have good players who aren't playing well.
Calgary were 22nd in the league in wins, but they had 17 overtime losses.
Wow.
Listen.
At a certain point, it's you. It's not luck anymore.
Well, I mean, playoff hockey is playoff hockey, and regular season hockey is regular season hockey. But, like, is there an element where, like, you should try to go out and get guys who are just good at 3-on-3? I mean,
they should get guys that are good at scoring.
But they have those guys.
But like true pure finishers, I don't know if they have that anymore.
they had a wild amount of guys have the worst year of their life.
Yeah.
Like, Kadri took a huge step backwards, which we kind of knew was going to happen, but not like that.
He's not playing with McKinnon and Landeskog-Rantanen anymore.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a step back.
Yeah.
But, like, Huberdeau with one of the biggest point regressions in NHL history. And, you know, we were just talking about previews and Brandon Montour having this ridiculous career renaissance breakout year because the league is changing to it's a more offensive league. Teams are scoring more league wide. And you would think that the sky's the limit for Huberdeau and he would just keep going. And, like, from day one, there was no connection with this coach. Elias Lindholm went from Selke nominee to ordinary. Like, they get a career year out of Backlund. Like, I don't know, you get a career year out of your third-line center. Is that enough to really do anything? I mean, the Shillington injury hurts, but that should have been the best D-core in the league, honestly. The deepest, at very least.
They were second in shots for per game. In terms of shot allowed per game, I'm just looking for Calgary here. They were 30th. So they allowed the third least shots per game. So whenever he said defensively they weren't good, I mean it's total bullshit. I mean they limited shots.
I think we could all see that their offense couldn't get it going.
19th
was terrible.
19th in goals. 19th in goals.
Like Markstrom was absolutely not Jacob Markstrom.
Worst puck handling goalie in the league. Like I know my thing. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal. But if he did that, honest to goodness, if he had that in the back of his mind 2 more times that season, which means he only had like 4 of those mistakes instead of like 6, they win 2 more games, potentially make the playoffs, and then who knows?
For them having to rely on Dan Vladar for a big chunk of the season, like that's not how you should expect your Calgary Flames team to go. And
he was probably better than you could have hoped.
If Markstrom could have provided league average goaltending, they're in the playoffs. Do you know what he finished with in terms of his save percentage?
What?
In .892.
You can't.
In 59 games. That's horrendous.
And like league average save percentage has plummeted. I want to say it's 904.
Yeah, it hovers around 900 right now. I believe.
He's still below that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you just get saves, they're in the playoffs.
They are. I mean, God, if you get 2 overtime victories that go your way,
yeah,
they're in the playoffs. So I want to ask you this. Man. Calgary needs a new head coach, and let's wrap it up real quick because then we got to get to these previews. What type, I'm not asking for names, but if you have one, that's great. What type of coach, what type of style is going to lend itself best to get the best out of this team, which should be, by all accounts, if you watch hockey, a playoff team?
I think there are coaches who are good cops. There are coaches who are bad cops. And sometimes you bad cop a little too hard. And that's what Sutter did with the Flames.
He girl bossed too hard. Too close to the sun.
Girl bossed
Yeah,
a little too close to the sun. I hate to make it about the Leafs, and I know no one in Calgary is going to want to hear about this. But Babcock, just the morale around the team was so bad and so reminiscent of what we saw with the Flames this year. Like the same, sad dog eyes in that locker room. You need a coach who's going to come in and make you feel good about doing your job.
I got the name.
Who?
My guess for next head coach of the Calgary Flames, Bruce Boudreau.
Bruce Boudreau, I think, would actually be a good fit.
What do you guys think?
Just a happy guy to play for.
Just a good vibes guy. Listen, does he win you a cup? Listen, I didn't say that.
A cup?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He's
not
known for his postseason success.
Oh yeah, no cups.
Always loses in Game 7. But like, dude, they need a vibes guy. Even like to get him as an assistant, which I don't think he would do. But I mean, we know he's willing to work in Western Canada. He did it in Vancouver. He's a free agent. Guaranteed he doesn't want to be my coworker at Sportsnet anymore. Friggin' like, why not? They need a vibes guy. Even if it's not Bruce, they need a vibes guy.
I think it should be Bruce. He feels like opposite Sutter.
I'm with you on that, man. Who cares how they do in the playoffs? Just get there.
Opposite
Eventually
Sutter.
he can win a cup. Opposite Sutter.
They need a coach who's going to hand the keys for the team back to the team.
Mm-hmm.
They need a captain. Identify the right guy, name one, and let him be the leader. The coach cannot be the leader of your team. The coach has to be the coach. And there is a difference.
This is like going to be the off season of the Flames after last season was the off season of the Flames. Like, what's with them and having a quiet off season? They can't do it.
As someone who makes Canadian content, they are welcome to continue.
Yeah, exactly.